Hello everybody, it's Non-Scene News here, and today we've got some breaking news coming from Ukraine and some political events. So let's just start off with the political events before we get on to Ukraine. Reports coming from the Prime Minister of Slovakia, Robert Fico, is on the brink of a life and death. 2 days after the assassination attempt shocked Europe, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said, which is the Prime Minister of Hungary, which is a neighbouring nation from Slovakia. So this is Slovakia, this is Hungary. Both they both border each other, and sources are saying that even if he does survive, he's in very critical condition. Even if he does survive, we will not expect him for another 6 or 7 months for him to continue his work as Prime Minister. So he's going to have a long rest if he pulls through it, and we'll see, and I'll keep you updated on it. And coming through Ukraine, we've got some actual breaking news coming from the Ukrainian front lines. We have gotten actual footage of whole of northern Volchansk has been captured. And if you can see this video here, this is a video of the Russian, actually the Volchansk hospital in northern Volchansk. If we can see on this map right here, we can see, actually, can I get on? Actually, no, this will be good enough. If you can see in this video, there's Russian troops in it, and a Russian soldier does attempt to jump out of the second story building, and he seems to horribly land, which is very unfortunate to him. He looks like he's been winded, so I hope he's all good. But now we've gotten complete. I think it's safe to say that whole of the chunks we could put it on the grey zone, but at least two, the hospital is on complete Russian control. We can expect something like this already. So significant Russian gains. It seems that the whole northern front has collapsed, and we can expect something. We've got full control of Plentivka, and all of Novochansk has completely fallen to the Russians. I will keep you updated on this direction. I don't know if we. I will wait until we've got confirmation on this side of the chance, but I'm pretty sure it's already collapsed. Even deep state maps are putting it the whole area under the grey zone. So very interesting news just because of that hospital video, the one that the Russian did attempt to jump out the window. That does confirm that the Russians have full capture on the Volchansk hospital, which is right here. Moving on to the second front, we've gotten even more updates that Russian advancements in this area. We've got news that Russians have actually let me just edit this really quickly, have actually entered Lipstisky. I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'm very bad. And it looks more like this. The Russians have entered on this side. If we see this little river, the Russians have entered the first couple buildings. So this is very, very significant updates. We've got reports that the Russians have complete control over this area too. So we'll quickly put that under Russian control. So we're looking at something like this. Just put that under, yeah, something like this. So very significant gains for the Russian army these past couple of days. I'm gonna wait for confirmation from pro-Ukrainian and pro-Russian sources to put this on, turn this all red. But just right now, Syriac Maps, which is a very good mapping source, has indeed put all of this on Russian control. So we'll see what happens, and we've got some news from the defense minister that Robotny has actually been fully controlled, and we've been actually got a confirmation from the Russian flag. If you can see on this video, we can clearly see, and it's been geolocated. You can see Robotny, you can see how it's all destroyed, how it's in ruins, and the last seconds of the video, you can see the Russian flag upon the building. So we can expect Robotny is on full Russian control. Moving to Avdiivka, we've gotten confirmed that the Russian forces have increased their gap of control to this line right here. It seems that the Russians are not really preparing for any offensives anymore. They're just digging in, it seems. So we can expect no Russian really advances on this area except like pushing to better positions and better defensive positions. So very cool updates from Avdiivka. Now moving to Natatove, we have gotten reports that the Russian army has indeed pushed even more into the city, and we, even from deep state maps, we have gotten confirms that the Russians have pushed near to the central and taken the college or school, whatever you want to call it, and the first couple buildings of this, we could call this little place here, like a little village or little something. But the Russians have gotten partial control of this, so very, very interesting. And I will keep you up in the situation from that. So we're looking a bit like this. So significant um, um, advances to from the Russian army. Sorry, and that's it from actually. It's not it. Zelensky has indeed is now in Kharkiv. Well, the entrance of Kharkiv. If you can see in this video, he is taking some sort of selfie, but it looks like he can't work how the phone works or something. He looks a bit confused about how to record his video, but it's been geolocated. He's actually around here. So he's basically on the border of Kharkiv, not too close to the front line. So he's posted this, and according to they call it, well, the pro-Russians call it the Zelensky curse, that every single picture or icon or like city board he posts of a selfie and records himself does end up under Russian control. He's done it with, so bless me, he's done it with, I believe, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, all these big strongholds that was under the Ukrainian control have now been taken by the Russians. So it's never a good sign when Zelensky posts a picture because every single one of them have indeed fallen to the Russians. So we'll see if this one continues the curse or not. We've got some pretty cool videos here that the Ukrainians once again tried to attack Russian Crimea in Sevastopol. If you can see here, you can see the helicopter shooting at these naval drones, and they actually end up hitting all of them. So all naval drones were actually destroyed. It seems that Russian helicopters and Russian aviation is very, very active over the waters of Crimea at the moment. We will continue examining this situation, and I'll try and keep you up to date. And let's move on to Crimea. We have gotten deadly Russian strikes at this the Crimean um, airfield, military airfield, and if you can see on this map, there's quite a bit of large air force and jets here. And if you can see here on On this picture, the Ukrainians published, I believe it might have been the satellite images that as a result of attack, two MiG-31s was destroyed, and Su-27 were completely destroyed, and a MiG-29 was damaged. So very, very big blow to Russia here when talking about its air force. So Russians are going to be more careful where they keep their aviation. If you see, like, just looking at the whole airfield here, there's a lot of uncovered jets, and that they should pretty much sort out. So, hey, I'm the one to judge. And now moving on to Siberia, we have gotten that the Russian Pacific Fleet is now undergoing exercises and drills and combat awareness and drones training and exercising in the Pacific Fleet. It is just testing its ships. If you can see in these videos here, you can see the drones go up and shooting targets and just drilling and keeping their navy Siberian fleet very active and combat ready. So very interesting news coming from the Siberian fleet. And moving on to some cool space news, Russia has launched another satellite for the Russian Ministry of Defense. It's I'm just thinking that it's going to be a satellite that will undergo operations giving the Russian army reconnaissance over Ukraine and more. And the last thing is coming from Belgium and NATO. NATO is considering the possibility of sending instructors to Ukraine to train 150,000 military personnel, writes New York Times. I don't know if this is true. Only time will tell this is true. If it's true, then I believe that all these training centers in Ukraine and NATO instructors will be a target for the Russian army, so it will not be very safe. I would say if I was a Ukrainian and I wanted to train, I would rather train in a NATO country where I am outside of Russian missiles. So we'll see if that happens. I will keep you updated on that too. And I believe that is everything. We did get some updates in New Caledonia that rebels have armed themselves, and this is actually gearing up to a civil conflict in New Caledonia. So, very, very interesting, and I'll keep you updated on that too. I believe that is the end of this video, and if you like it, please subscribe and like, and I hope you all have a fantastic day or night, depending on your time zone, and have a good day or night. See ya.